Hello there, I'm Bob West. I am the program director for Radio Bob. That's RadioBobUSA.com. And this video was developed to help some of our folks understand a little bit more about what might be involved in becoming a DJ or a contributor or even an events person. So it's kind of just to familiarize yourself with a couple of things you'll have to keep in mind when you're thinking about software, broadcast software, and things like that. When connecting with Radio Broadcaster, which is what we use to connect to our station, which what I'll be giving you. So at the moment, you'll notice our name's up there, and we've got a background, and we're going to need to run a few programs to do that. And what we run is we keep some basic programs available, and you can see me moving them onto the screen, and you can see me down below that I'm going to initiate Skype is the first thing that I'm going to do, and I'm going to bring that into my view here so that you can all see it. And then we have some settings that we want to check in Skype. We want to make sure that in our audio and video, and you can full screen this or whatever, but in our audio, our microphone is set up to whatever your microphone is. That happens to be mine. And that our speaker output is on high definition audio device. The important thing to remember here is that this speaker out is from the caller. It's not you. And this microphone goes to the caller. It doesn't necessarily go out. So if you don't set it up this way, you will not be able to broadcast the live calls that the phone number we're giving you will give you access to. So it's very important that you do that. The next thing we do is we have what's called Xsplit. Now, Xsplit is our transition software. It teaches Skype and any other material that you bring in to talk to Radio Broadcaster, which is our last program. So we've opened our Skype, and now we just open our free Xsplit, and we continue without upgrading. And you'll notice that our Skype is already open and standing by and ready to go. And that's all we need in this process. And once we've done that, and you can see how our microphone's bouncing up and down, we're good to go. You can turn on that microphone there. It doesn't matter, but you can. And then you just minimize that box. Now Skype still stays open. We're going to leave that open just for a moment, and we're going to launch Radio Broadcaster. Radio Broadcaster is the tool that takes the Skype signal and other computer signals, and it sends it up into the world of the internet and over to our radio. And your music audio input is speakers high definition. Your microphone audio input can be none, as you can see in the drop-down menu, or it can be whatever your microphone is. Ducking is for those of you that are talking over our playlist, and you'll see that as being 100%, and we save that, we're good to go. And you can notice that this microphone is bouncing up and down here, showing that it's working. This one's bouncing up and down here, and if we go back, this one's bouncing up and down here, but this isn't bouncing up and down. And the reason why I wanted to show you that is because there's no sound going out on that. You, as a presenter, go out here. This goes to the other person. So in order for us to test our sound, we push test audio, and we give it a level, and we can see that it's coming out, and we can see that it's going through Skype or Xsplit to get there. So we would lose this going out. We would lose our caller if we didn't test and make sure that that was happening. So now that we know that that's happening, we're actually in a position where we can go live. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to connect right now, and we're going to attempt to go live on our radio station. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to turn our microphone on and go, hello, everybody. This is Robert West. I am the program director for Radio Bob at RadioBobUSA.com. We're running a live check right now to see if our system's working, and what we're hoping is that we're going to get a caller out there that's going to come on the line, it's going to hear our plea, and dial our phone number, which is 707-515-0035. And then when that caller calls us, we'll be able to answer that call on air and talk to you about whatever that caller needs. And we really appreciate your help. Oh, look, we have a caller. And you can see that I'm answering our caller. Hello, caller. Go ahead and identify yourself, please. You are on air. You are being recorded.
All right. This is Yasmin West, the co-founder of Radio Bob USA, checking in to say hello and conduct a test.
Well, we thank you very much. And as you know, there is a 7 second delay on these calls, which means whatever I mentioned 7 seconds ago hasn't happened until 7 seconds go by. Of course, by then it's in the past. Can you tell us how our voices sound on the radio today? And were you able to hear everything clearly?
So able to hear everything clearly. I'm a little low on my side, but I can still hear.
Okay, so yeah, so our caller says she's a little low, folks, and we have a setting here. We're going to just try that one little bit and see if that improves things at all. How
Okay,
about that, caller?
I'm checking again, and I'm getting my mouth closer to the speaker too. Maybe that had something to do with it.
You know, sometimes microphones and presentation or aspect of your mouth going towards that microphone can make a complete difference. And so I tend to put mine off to the side a little bit, which means if I turn to the right, everybody loses me. All right, so you think that sounds any better, caller?
A tad better, but
Yeah,
it's
I think
it's
that's about all we can get for it. Hey, thank you very much for calling today, and thank you everyone out there in Radio Land for appreciating us and visiting us. And we hope to do you better because we're going to be presenting more live shows. Thank you.
all right. Bye bye.
It's important to remember, folks, that when you're doing this kind of work, that you disconnect. If something goes wrong, just disconnect, and we'll take care of it. Right? Close out a program, dump the caller, dump your feed, turn yourself off. It's okay because we have a default setting that will play music 7 seconds after your feed is ended. And that's fine with us. All right. So, on behalf of everybody at Radio Bob, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care.